Hello there, Vault Hunters. Thanks again for stopping by. Hope you guys are all having a good day. We're back with another episode of Far Cry 3 gun reviews. This time we're going to take a look at the MS16 Assault Rifle. This gun, like most assault rifles, is designed for mid-range combat, but with the correct scope can be very effective from close range and is also a very good long-range weapon. All of this make the MS16 one of the most effective and one of the best all-around weapons in the game. This gun differs from the other assault rifles in the game in that it is semi-automatic. It is not a fully automatic gun. With a semi-automatic gun, when you pull the trigger and hold it, it only shoots one bullet, so you have to click the trigger every time you want to shoot a bullet. This weapon is available right at the beginning of the game for a purchase of $1,700, which is a fairly high asking price, so you probably won't be able to get it until a couple hours into the game at least. This gun comes standard with 20 round magazines, but through the extended magazine upgrade, if you choose to attach it, you will get an upgrade to 30 round magazines. The MS16 has 5 different upgrades available for purchase. You're only able to attach 2 at a time, so let's take a look at what those 5 are so that it'll help you decide which 2 you're going to use. The first upgrade is one I've already mentioned, which is the extended mags upgrade. That gives you an upgrade to 30 round magazines as opposed to the standard 20. The next attachment you're able to get for the MS16 is a suppressor. For those of you who don't know, a suppressor is an attachment that goes on the end of the barrel of a gun and helps muffle the noise that a gun makes when it shoots a bullet. A suppressor is very important in Far Cry 3 because it is a game based heavily on stealth. It does require you to remain undetected, and a suppressor will help you do that. Suppressor is available for almost every weapon you can purchase in the game, so any weapon you're looking to use, I definitely recommend you use that as one of your attachments. What we'll do now is we'll go ahead and compare the sound of the gun with the suppressor on it as opposed to the sound of the gun without the suppressor. So this is what the gun sounds like with no suppressor attached at all. As you can see, this gun is very loud without a suppressor, almost as loud as a shotgun or a sniper rifle, but let's put a suppressor on it and see what the difference is. As you can see, the suppressor does make a huge difference on this gun and does help you remain silent and undetected. It allows you to get some quick kills without being noticed. As you can also tell by watching the video, the reload time on this gun is actually very good as well. Now the final 3 upgrades available for this gun are all sights, or scopes as some of you like to call them. The gun comes standard with iron sights, which personally I'm a huge fan of. I love the look of them, although they're not as functional as the 3 upgraded sights you can buy. What we'll do is we'll take a quick look at all 3 of them and talk about the pros and cons of each one. The first sight we'll take a look at here is called the red dot sight. This is a pretty standard sight available in most games that feature weapon upgrades. This greatly improves accuracy and improves target acquisition. It also makes the gun a little bit more mobile, and I find makes the gun more effective at a longer range. The next sight we're going to take a look at here is one that's also pretty common in Far Cry 3. It is available on most assault rifles and SMGs. This is called the reflex sight. As opposed to the previous sight we just looked at, the red dot sight, which features just a simple red dot in the middle, this features a relatively larger aiming area, which is in the shape of a diamond. The diamond shape basically means that most bullets are going to land within the area of the diamond. The diamond is a pretty big shape, so you're going to want to make sure you're pretty close to the enemy to make sure your bullets hit. This makes the sight more effective for close combat. The final sight that is available for this gun is called the optical sight. This sight is basically just a modified red dot scope, which is changed to blue, and also features a magnification which is between 1.6 and 2 times. This in effect you would think would make the gun with this sight attached more effective from long range. And while this may be true, the actual crosshair in the scope is horribly defined and at longer range may in fact hide entire enemies behind it, so headshots may be nearly impossible to land with consistency. Alright guys, so we've reached the end of my review for the MS16 Assault Rifle. So now as usual I'm going to go over the pros and cons of the gun and decide if I recommend the gun for you guys or not. So here are some of the pros for this gun. This gun has a very high damage rating and it's very effective from all ranges. This is effective because you're able to use the gun in any situation. This gun also features very fast reloads, and there are 3 different sights available for purchase which we've already covered that are all able to suit any specific needs you may have for combat. Although the semi-automatic firing is obviously much slower than fully automatic firing, it does have its advantages. It is much more efficient. If you use fully automatic firing, you do run the risk of overusing bullets. This means that if you shoot an enemy and you kill it and you're holding down the trigger button, you may accidentally fire a few extra bullets. Although this may turn out to be maybe 3 to 5 extra bullets, that does add up very fast over time. Having semi-automatic fire allows you to manually control your rate of fire because you're only able to fire as fast as you can pull the trigger. So as soon as you need to stop firing, you just stop clicking the button. Having said that though, with this being an assault rifle, it is very easy for you to find ammo for this weapon if you need to. Most enemies use the assault rifles, so generally you can find more ammo on the enemies than it took for you to wipe them out. This gun is generally my primary weapon when I play the game. When I play this game, I generally use this weapon as my primary weapon. I find that the 20 round magazines are more than enough for me. When I'm in battle, if I have enough time, I always reload. I'm always reloading every few bullets no matter what. I hate not having a full magazine. So in my situation, I find that 20 round magazines is more than enough. You may need the upgrade, but I think that you could be better off without it, and you could use that upgrade towards something else. Now we'll talk about some of the cons for this weapon. Although the semi-automatic fire is more efficient, it is a lot more difficult to use. Frequent clicking can become quite painful on the fingers if you're using the mouse, or on the trigger finger if you're using a controller. And of course, if you have enemies rushing you and you need to be able to fire fast and quickly, having this gun is not going to be an advantage for you, as opposed to having the assault rifle, where you may fire extra bullets, but you're definitely going to take out the enemy much faster than you would with this gun. Although it's not a con for the gun itself, this is a con for the optical sight for the gun. It is a very poorly made and very ineffective sight in my opinion. The sight is designed for long range combat with the assault rifle. However, I find that the sight is so poorly designed that the shape of it can actually overtake the shape of an enemy, so it can actually make it much harder to hit. And the last thing I have on this list is that it is definitely not a very easy gun to learn to use because of the semi-automatic fire. Generally, if you're in a firefight, you want to be able to hold down the trigger and fire bursts or fire full clips at one time. Generally, bursts is better. With this gun, you're unable to do so, and it's tough to kind of get used to that, especially if you've been playing the game with fully automatic weapons already. Now, you guys are welcome to use whatever upgrades you want, and I'd definitely love to hear which ones you guys use and how you like it. My recommended setup is a suppressor, of course, because that is definitely required if you want to stay quiet and stay stealthy, which is the name of the game. The other upgrade I recommend is the red dot sight, as I find the red dot sight is the best all-around sight, good for close range, long range, and mid range. The other ones seem to have benefits from longer and closer range, but not so much in the middle ground, so I definitely recommend the red dot sight. But that's pretty much going to do it for me, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, I'd appreciate it if you leave a like rating. These videos take 2 or 3 hours or so to put together each, let alone the rendering and the uploading time, so I definitely appreciate it if you just left a like rating. That would make me happy. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. We do lots of Far Cry 3 stuff, including gun reviews and some challenge overviews. Some of them are pretty funny with some bloopers and stuff, so check that out. Other than that, guys, I hope you guys all have a good day.